welcome to my YouTube channel. Do subscribe, like, and share. Hello, hi, we are back at it again. If you're very new to this channel, welcome home. This is where love is. This is where we are learning more about our identity, understanding purpose, understanding love, and also finding purpose. Currently doing the series of identity. We are definitely going to get to other things. To each and every new subscriber, Jonga, look, thank you so much for choosing this channel. Thank you so much for appreciating and loving our content. And yeah, man, thank you. Keep the love going. Tell the other one to tell the other one to tell the other one to tell the other one that. We are back with more content. And today we're going to be looking at a couple of things. This one is important. Well, everything is important, really, truth be told. Today we're just going to be looking at how do we stick to one identity? How do we stick to saying, if this is me, if this is how I have identified myself, how do I not move around to any other identity? And yeah, just stick to who I am. Sticking to who you are. It is not an easy thing to do. Let's really be honest with each other, because there are so many temptations out there. There are so many things that make us feel less of who we are, or make us feel not so confident, and people will display certain identities as the best, whilst you have chosen to be a child of God like I am. And then, yeah, man, things don't really go that well for you, and it becomes hard to just stay there and not try to be influenced into any other thing, So today we're just going to be looking at how do we stick to one identity? How do we stick to who we are? How do we stick to who we are? How do we stick to who we have identified ourselves to be? Remember, in the beginning of the videos, we did mention the fact that the creator of anything has an idea and a specific function for each and every human being, or for each and everything that they have created. So for us human beings, the one we believe in, the one who you choose to believe in, is the one that sets you apart for a particular reason, and gives you your particular identity. But now, how do we stick to that when people have chosen to be something different? Some of us look up to people, that have identified as things that we are not, or that who are not really who we are, but they are things that are inspirational that they do, and we would be tempted sometimes to just go and kind of be what they are, and I don't think that's the way to go. So we're going to be looking at 4 things that can help us stick to who we have decided to be, who we are. That sounds weird, but who we are, depending on what you have identified as, or who you have identified as. So the first thing is to believe in your truth and stick to your truth. That's the first reason, the first way rather to stay in your lane, to stay true to who you are, is believing and staying in your truth. Don't waver in your truth. My truth is God has created me and I am a child of God. So if we stay in that and not waver regardless of who does what and how they do it, then in that way we will be able to stick to who we are, to stick to who we have identified as. So that's the very, very first reason. Nothing much to it, but just stay believing in your truth, regardless of how tempting it is to get to other things. Second reason is resist the temptation. After you've sticked to your truth, you are going to be challenged. That's a reality. You are going to be challenged by people around you and say that this thing of yours does not really work, it's not true. And it's up to you at that point in time to really resist, because I think it makes sense after you've believed firmly, and believed and chosen your truth. it will be easier for you to resist. But if there is doubt in your truth, then whatever temptation comes will be able to swift you away. So believing in your truth and resisting the temptation to become something that you are not is up to you after you affirmed yourself in the very first reason. So that is reason number 2. It's that how do you stick to one identity? You just resisted the temptation. Someone says how? By sticking to your truth. Just stick to what you said you're gonna do. It's like, when you gonna go on a new diet or in a diet trying to aim for that summer body, whatever the case may be, the temptations are gonna be there, but you always need to remember why you are doing the thing. Why are you staying there? Why are you sticking to it? Because it's easy therefore to lose focus. So knowing why, who you are, and sticking to that is really going to help you resist temptation. Third reason on how do we stick to one identity. The third reason is avoid things that would make you question. Avoid associations, avoid especially if you are not firm yet, so you avoid things that are going to make you question who you are. Because if you were unable to really resist temptation, you're going to fall into temptation. Avoid being called what you are not. What's wrong with me? Avoid being called what you are not. People will easily label you, as whatever they see. And don't accept it. Just avoid accepting it. Avoid being okay when someone says, "Oh, you are such a dog." Sorry, I ran out of examples. Don't embrace that. You're not a dog. Stop being okay with being identified as someone or something that you're not. Don't embrace that. Because the more you become accepting, it becomes part of you, and it also filters who you really are. So just avoid completely and totally accepting and embracing sayings and words that do not identify as you. When someone says, "Oh, he's such a liar," you be firm enough to say, "No, I'm not a liar. It's not part of who I am." But you lied. You see, people will always try to make you what you are not. So if you're not firm enough, you are gonna end up accepting it. And the more you accept it, you very muchly so dirty. Do you call it like that? You filter your identity. You definitely filter who you are. So don't be accepting to what you are not. Don't accept anything. Whatever word they would call you and for sure that's not you, run as far as you can. Avoid it, or just correct people every time they come up with things that really don't say that this is you. Even though there are certain things, let's say habits you're still working on, it doesn't mean that you should embrace them. It doesn't mean that you should be okay with being called that. You are working on it. I'm not a liar, but I'm not a liar, because you are working on it. Because people really just want you to be what they are so that they can feel better about themselves. Even though they are as messy, they don't want people to become better than that, so it's okay when we walk in groups. Stay away from such. The last reason is don't walk around with people who are not like you or who do not identify as you do. Find your clique, find your people that are like you, so that you avoid you are not found confused about your identity, or you are not found having to be here and be there. Find people of your clique so that you are able to stick to your identity. If you are someone that says, I'm an honest person, I'm a faithful person, and I'm someone that really just walks around believing in myself and whatnot, find people who are like you. do away with walking around with people who do not see you as who you have been identified as by your creator. Hey, English. So avoid that completely, so because the more you also confuse people a lot, not only yourself, because they'd go like, but you can't be walking around with these people. They say birds of the same feather flock together, so hey, if you don't want to be that, don't go with it. Go with those who are who you are and are going where you are headed to. So how do we stick to one identity? We definitely stay firm in our truth and what we believe in who we are. Second reason, we resist the temptation that comes with being who we are not, and then the third one, we avoid accepting and being okay to being identified as someone we are not. The last one is we walk around with those who are like us. And then in that way, we're really going to conquer and we're going to stay true. There are so many reasons, truth be told. There are so many other things that we could add to that. But I just thought that I should just emphasize on these 4 things, and then, yeah, man, until we meet again on the session of identity, there's just so much more. We hopefully going to come back with some love and relationships, but let me not get y'all excited. Let me get out as much as I can in terms of identity. I hope that was helpful, and I hope also all the previous videos that we have shared with you are also helpful. Do not forget to like, subscribe, share, and yeah, click the notification button if you want to know when we have uploaded a new video. My love to you, all of it. On the next one, we shall meet.